In today's digital world, protecting your financial information is more important than ever. One of the most effective ways to prevent identity theft is by freezing your credit. But what does that actually mean? Freezing your credit restricts access to your credit report, making it much harder for identity thieves to open new accounts in your name. The best part? It's a simple process that doesn't have to cost you anything. In this video, we'll walk you through the steps to freeze your credit quickly and affordably so you can enjoy peace of mind without breaking the bank. Before we dive into the steps, let's clarify what a credit freeze actually does. When you freeze your credit, you're telling the major credit bureaus to block access to your credit file. This means lenders and creditors can't check your credit, which stops most new accounts from being opened in your name. However, it doesn't affect your credit score or your ability to use existing credit cards. It's a powerful tool for protecting your identity, and it's available to everyone. You might be wondering if a credit freeze is right for you. The truth is, almost anyone can benefit from this extra layer of security. If you're not planning to apply for new credit anytime soon, or if you've been a victim of identity theft, freezing your credit is a smart move. Even if you just want to be proactive about your financial safety, it's a step worth considering. Let's look at how you can do it without spending much. To freeze your credit, you'll need to contact each of the three major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Each bureau manages its own process, so you'll have to reach out to all three separately. Don't worry, though each one offers a straightforward way to freeze your credit online, by phone, or by mail. Let's break down what you need to do for each bureau. Before you start, make sure you have all the necessary information handy. You'll typically need your full name, address, date of birth, social security number, and possibly some previous addresses. Having these details ready will make the process much smoother and faster. It's all about being prepared so you can freeze your credit without any hiccups. Let's start with Equifax. Visit the Equifax website and look for the Credit Freeze section. You'll be guided through a series of steps to verify your identity and set up your freeze. Equifax allows you to freeze your credit online, by phone, or by mail. The process is free, and you'll receive a PIN or password to manage your freeze in the future. Keep this information safe, as you'll need it to lift or temporarily thaw your freeze later. Next up is Experian. Similar to Equifax, Experian offers an online portal where you can freeze your credit quickly. You'll need to provide your personal information and answer a few security questions. Once your identity is confirmed, you can set up your freeze for free. Experian will also give you a PIN or password to manage your freeze, so be sure to keep it in a secure place. Finally, let's talk about TransUnion. Their process is also straightforward and free. You can freeze your credit online, by phone, or by mail. After verifying your identity, you'll receive a PIN or password to manage your freeze. Remember, you need to freeze your credit with all three bureaus for full protection. Each bureau operates independently, so don't skip any steps. Freezing your credit online is the fastest and easiest method. Each bureau's website will guide you through the process step by step. You'll enter your personal information, answer security questions, and set up your freeze. The whole process usually takes just a few minutes per bureau. Make sure you're using a secure internet connection and keep your PINs or passwords in a safe place. If you prefer, you can freeze your credit by phone. Each bureau has a dedicated phone number for credit freezes. You'll need to verify your identity over the phone, so have your personal information ready. The representative will walk you through the process and provide you with a PIN or password. This method is also free and can be a good option if you're not comfortable using the internet. You can also freeze your credit by mail. This method takes a bit longer, but is just as effective. You'll need to send a written request to each bureau, including copies of documents that verify your identity, such as a driver's license and a utility bill. Once your request is processed, you'll receive confirmation and a PIN or password. Always use certified mail for added security. The good news is that freezing your credit is free in the United States. Thanks to federal law, all three major credit bureaus must offer credit freezes at no charge. This means you can protect your financial future without spending a dime. There are no hidden fees, and you can freeze or unfreeze your credit as often as you need. Once you submit your request, your credit freeze is usually in place within minutes if you do it online or by phone. If you mail your request, it may take a few days to process. You'll receive confirmation from each bureau, along with your PIN or password. It's a quick process that gives you long-lasting protection. After you've frozen your credit, you'll need to manage it from time to time. If you want to apply for new credit, you'll have to temporarily lift or thaw your freeze. This can be done online, by phone, or by mail using the PIN or password you received. The process is quick and can be tailored to specific lenders or time periods. If you need to apply for a loan, rent an apartment, or get a new credit card, you can temporarily unfreeze your credit. This is called a thaw. You can specify which bureau to unfreeze, for how long, and even for which lender. This flexibility lets you control your credit access without sacrificing security. If you decide you no longer need the freeze, you can permanently lift it. This is done through the same channels online, by phone, or by mail. You'll use your PIN or password to confirm your identity. Remember, once your credit is unfrozen, new accounts can be opened in your name, so only do this if you're sure it's safe. It's important to know that a credit freeze doesn't affect your credit score or your ability to use existing credit cards. It also doesn't stop you from getting your free annual credit report. However, it won't prevent all types of fraud, such as someone using your existing accounts. That's why it's just one part of a broader financial safety plan. You might have heard of fraud alerts as well. Unlike a credit freeze, a fraud alert doesn't block access to your credit file. Instead, it notifies lenders to take extra steps to verify your identity before approving credit. Fraud alerts are helpful, but not as strong as a freeze. You can use both for added protection if you wish. Another term you might encounter is credit lock. While similar to a freeze, a credit lock is usually offered as part of a paid service by the credit bureaus. It allows you to lock and unlock your credit instantly via an app. However, a freeze is just as effective and is required by law to be free, making it the better option for most people. Did you know you can also freeze your child's credit? Children are often targets for identity theft because their credit is clean and unused. You'll need to provide additional documentation, such as a birth certificate and proof of guardianship, but the process is similar to freezing your own credit. It's a smart way to protect your family's financial future. Seniors are another group at risk for identity theft. Freezing credit can help protect retirement savings and prevent fraudulent accounts. The process is the same as for anyone else, and it's free. Encourage older family members to consider this step for added peace of mind. If you've already experienced identity theft, freezing your credit is one of the first steps you should take. It prevents further damage by stopping new accounts from being opened in your name. Make sure to also report the theft to the authorities and monitor your accounts closely for any suspicious activity. Even if you haven't been a victim, freezing your credit can give you peace of mind. It's a proactive step that shows you're serious about protecting your financial health. With the process being free and straightforward, there's little reason not to take advantage of this security measure. If you need to apply for credit while your freeze is in place, don't worry. You can temporarily lift the freeze for a specific lender or time period. This flexibility means you don't have to sacrifice security for convenience. Just remember to refreeze your credit when you're done. If you lose your PIN or password, don't panic. Each bureau has a process for recovering or resetting your credentials. You'll need to verify your identity again, so be prepared to provide documentation. It's a good idea to store your PINs in a secure place to avoid this hassle. Even with a credit freeze, it's important to monitor your credit regularly. Check your free annual credit reports for any suspicious activity. Many banks and credit cards also offer free credit monitoring services. Staying vigilant is key to catching problems early. A credit freeze is just one part of a comprehensive financial safety plan. Consider using strong, unique passwords for your financial accounts, enabling two-factor authentication, and shredding sensitive documents. These steps, combined with a credit freeze, offer robust protection against identity theft. There are some myths about credit freezes that can cause confusion. For example, some people think a freeze lowers your credit score or makes it hard to use your credit cards. In reality, a freeze has no impact on your score and doesn't affect your current accounts. It simply blocks new credit inquiries. Some employers check credit reports as part of the hiring process. A credit freeze doesn't block these checks, but you may need to temporarily lift the freeze if requested. Always ask your potential employer what's needed so you can plan ahead and avoid delays. Landlords often check credit before approving a rental application. If your credit is frozen, you'll need to temporarily lift the freeze for the landlord to access your report. This is a simple process and ensures you don't miss out on housing opportunities. Insurance companies sometimes check your credit when setting rates. If your credit is frozen, you may need to temporarily unfreeze it for them. This is another reason to keep your PINs and passwords handy so you can manage your freeze as needed. Utility companies may also check your credit before starting service. If your credit is frozen, you'll need to temporarily lift the freeze. This is a quick process and ensures you can get the services you need without delay. Applying for government benefits may involve a credit check. If your credit is frozen, you might need to temporarily unfreeze it. Always check with the agency in advance to see what's required so you can avoid any interruptions in your benefits. Some medical providers check credit before offering payment plans. If your credit is frozen, you may need to temporarily lift the freeze. This ensures you can access the care you need without unnecessary delays. If you or your child are applying for student loans, a credit check may be required. You'll need to temporarily unfreeze your credit for the application process. This is a straightforward step and won't compromise your overall security. You can still use credit monitoring services even with a freeze in place. These services help you keep an eye on your credit activity and alert you to any suspicious changes. It's a good idea to use both a freeze and monitoring for maximum protection. A credit freeze has no impact on your credit score. It simply restricts access to your credit report for new account applications. You can still use your existing credit and pay your bills as usual. Your score is determined by your credit activity, not by whether your credit is frozen. Each person's credit file is separate, so freezing your credit does not automatically freeze your spouse's. If you both want protection, each person must request a freeze individually. This ensures both of you are covered against identity theft. A credit freeze remains in place until you remove it. There's no expiration date, so you can keep your credit frozen for as long as you want. This gives you ongoing protection without having to renew anything. If you live outside the United States, credit freeze options may vary. Some countries offer similar protections, while others do not. Check with your local credit bureaus or financial authorities to see what's available in your region. Businesses can also take steps to protect their credit. While the process is different from personal freezes, it's important for business owners to monitor their business credit reports and use available security tools. This helps prevent fraud and unauthorized accounts in the company's name. If you move to a new address, update your information with each credit bureau. This ensures you can continue to manage your freeze without any issues. Keeping your records current helps maintain your security and access. If you need to lift your freeze in a hurry, online is usually the fastest method. Log in to each bureau's website, enter your PIN or password, and specify the details. The lift can take effect almost immediately, so you won't have to wait long. Laws and procedures around credit freezes can change. Stay informed by checking the credit bureaus' websites and reading updates from trusted financial sources. Being aware of changes helps you keep your financial protection up to date. Freezing your credit is a smart, cost-free way to protect yourself from identity theft. The process is straightforward, and you can manage it easily online, by phone, or by mail. Remember to keep your PINs safe, monitor your credit regularly, and stay informed about any changes in the law. Taking these steps will help you safeguard your financial future with confidence.